How do you know that this world is a dream? When we hear certain teachers like Ramana Maharshi or Nisargadatta Maharaj or Paramahansa Yogananda say that this world is a dream, how do we know that for sure? It's one thing to know it conceptually, but it's a totally different thing to know it in your lived experience. So I want to unpack this for a few minutes so it makes sense. We have different states of consciousness, and we have different dream states within those consciousness. One of the dream states is the one that we're very familiar with, is when you're in bed and you're sleeping and you move into REM, or rapid eye movement, and you begin dreaming. And let's say that you're dreaming that you're in a cafe in Portugal and you're sipping on a latte. When you're in that dream state and you're in Portugal and you're at the cafe and you're sipping on the latte, it feels very, very real, doesn't it? It's so real that you are not aware that your body is in bed sleeping and dreaming. In fact, this world, this waking day world, this experience like right now where you're watching this video, this world doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. You're in that dream state, but it feels real because you're in Portugal. When you wake up from that dream state and you're back in this state of consciousness, which feels very awake, the dream state of being in Portugal no longer exists. In fact, many of us can barely remember our dreams, and there are some people that have no dream recall at all. So that makes this state, this so-called waking state, seem even more real because they don't have any dream state to compare it to. But you've woken up from the dream where you were at a cafe in Portugal. You're awake now, back in this waking day experience, and this feels very real. But is it? This is another dream state where it feels that we're awake, but we're actually still dreaming. It's just that this dream seems to go on so long, and it seems to continue day after day after day, that it makes it feel really real. So let's look at the different changing dream states and what they mean. You have the regular dream state where you're sleeping, dreaming. You don't know it's a dream, but it feels real. You have lucid dreaming where you're sleeping, dreaming, but you're awake in the dream and you have some control over that dream. That's a second dream state. You have this state of consciousness, I call it waking dreaming, where we're going about our business and we're doing our thing during the day. And it feels very real. But then there's another state, a fourth dream state, where it's called lucid waking, where you are going about your day, but you're very aware that this is just yet another dream state of consciousness. And again, it only feels more real than when you're lying in bed, sleeping, dreaming, because it lasts for so long. But these are all different changing states of dream, except the lucid waking, when you're aware that you are dreaming while you're in the dream, but it's during the so-called waking day state. Does that make any sense? I want to read to you a quote by Nisargadatta Maharaj that I really love. He once said, "Just realize you are dreaming a dream you call the world. When you have seen the dream as a dream, you have done all that needs to be done. Just realize you are dreaming a dream you call the world." So from that perspective, yes, this waking day experience that you're having is another changing state of the dream. Now, there's something that precedes each of these changing states. There's something that precedes the nighttime dream state that you'll enter in tonight. There's a part of you that is aware of watching that dream and identifying with that dream character while you're sleeping and dreaming when you're in bed tonight. There's also a part of you that's aware of playing this daytime character that we identify with whatever your name is. So my daytime character is called Laura Grace. This is a character in the waking daydream. But there's something that is aware of all of this. And that changeless, timeless, unnameable presence that is aware of all these different changing states is what we are. We're not the character. We're not the character in the nighttime dream, and we're not the character in the waking day dream. We are that which is invisible and infinite and unconditionally loving, that is watching all of this play out. So from that perspective, if you reflect on this, it will help you discern that this waking day experience that we call the world, being in the world, is really exactly what Nisargadatta says when he says, just realize you are dreaming a dream you call the world. Namaste.